Hey guys, I know I promised a lot of people this video, so I want to make sure I definitely took care of it. I know it's a little bit overdue. I think I said I was going to get this out to you a couple of days ago, but point is it's done. I've been extremely busy with some other projects, but I want to make sure I definitely get this out to you. This property right now is in Belleville, and I kind of came across this during one of my searches. I have a proprietary software that I use that looks through all of some of the online stuff that's available. Plus, I do my own, prospecting for the specific types of properties that will work inside of my business model. This particular one is currently listed for sale on the multiple listing. So I, right off the bat, just want a full disclosure here. I don't own this house. I don't represent the seller in any way. It just happened to come across in one of my searches, and I thought it's a great opportunity here. So what you'll see here, this house is listed for $169. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath. It has a nice detached 2-car garage, and this is in a neighborhood that has the capability of really a high level of improvement. I would label this inside of my business model as a functional obsolescent home, meaning it's obsolete based upon some of the other properties on the street, other people who have recently updated the homes. This is like the original home, probably built in the 50s or 60s or something like that, and as a result, you can really capitalize and take advantage of it, utilizing some of the resources inside my business model, which will allow you to buy this property, get cash at closing, and really, depending upon which route you take, you won't need a lot of money out of pocket. In this particular example, if you go the more basic route, I think I calculated, let me just do it real quick while I have the numbers in front of me. This way I'm not making things up. So for this particular one, your total out of pocket, you'd only need right around $7,000. And I have this broken down into 2 different ways you can go about this. If you want to go on a more basic level and improve this property, you could do that with right around $35,000. So with buying this house, getting all your closing costs, everything's included, plus getting you $35,000 cash at closing, the only amount of money you'll need out of pocket is right around $7,000. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, it gets done every day. I do this every day of the week. In fact, I even do more expansive projects on raw land where you can do the very exact same thing. And if you want more detailed information, just shoot me an email and I can get you access to a free seminar I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days, which will break down and show you more proof, more than enough proof, showing you that this is very, very possible and that I'm doing it every day, and I've been doing this for the last 15 years or so. So let's get a picture of this and kind of give you a snapshot of where we're at right now with this product. Ironically, all this stuff inside here, by the way, all these claims I make, I'm going to prove to you. All right, and ironically, this particular house right here is one of those things. This house just recently sold, I think back in May, and it sold for $365. So this house is $169. It's pretty much a carbon copy of this house, just that this house is completely updated. All right, so that would be an example of really doing the 2 models. One I just mentioned is the basic one where you're just going to go in there and improve it and update it to, the current standards of where we're at right now. And then the other one is really going above and beyond and going to the maximum where, you're going to really do a high-end job like you'll see over here in this property where they redid the siding and they really did soup the nuts type of scenario. All right, so this house, from my understanding, is an estate sale, which means that the owners of the property had probably owned this and lived here for possibly the entire time it was built, and then have recently passed away, and now their heirs are selling it. And, they're not going to get in the business of improving it, so they're just selling it as is, which is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of this. And either one of 2 things. Either you can buy this house and really custom design it to your exact liking by, ripping out all these outdated, appliances and everything, kitchen, bathroom, and then improving it and bring it to your own custom liking, and in the process creating wealth as a result. And, in the 2 examples on the basic level, you can easily create, I would say, right around $75,000 of wealth. And if you go the more invasive route, like the one next door, you could create, I would say, somewhere in the neighborhood of $115,000. And I intend to prove every last stitch of that I just mentioned to you. All right, so as you can see, the house is just completely outdated. But the good news is that we can easily get this up to the standards of where we're at in today's modern society, and it all can be done without you lifting a finger, utilizing some of the resources inside of my business model. As I mentioned, you saw earlier that this house is listed for $169. Here's an example of improving this on a basic level, where you've got this house right here, right on the same street. By the way, this is Union Avenue. This particular one, by the way, is on 408 Union Avenue, and this one is 543 Union Avenue. As you can see, almost carbon copy style of the house. This particular one was just a little bit further updated. You know, they did the hardwood floors. It's got the same fireplace in there. They just did a little bit more of an upgrade to the home, and you can see that as a result. So this house sold back in March of 2015, and only a few short months ago. And as you can see, it sold over list price, $280,000. Here's the other one I was telling you about, which is right next door. Let me just pull this down here. Pull this down, and this one, let me just make this a little bit bigger if I can. All right. So this one, as you can see, sold for $365. Now this one is completely improved to the maximum you really could do in this neighborhood. So what you'll see, let me just see if I might have to pull this down a little bit. All right. So if you notice here, they completely redid the outside with stucco and stone, then nice paver stone, fenced in the yard, all high-end landscaping, and redid the entire inside, opening it up, putting crown molding in, brand new hardwood floors, really going a much higher end here, and cathedralizing the ceilings, and all the little higher end things that, again, in this particular neighborhood, pay for and add up. And as a result, they were able to sell this house for $365,000. They put a nice big walk-in closet here, really high-end bathroom. So, again, they did a really hell of a job here, and that would be the second option for you if you really wanted to go to that level and do it. That's definitely something that would make sense to do. As with anything in life, the bigger the project, the bigger the return. And in that particular example, proves that right before your very skeptical little eyes there. So as you can see, it's definitely viable to create a substantial amount of wealth. Now, you can either decide to go into this process of living in the property, then getting to custom design every single facet of the home, and create wealth in the process. In this particular example, if we're talking on the higher end, that's going to be a bigger project. So I'm going to say that's going to be easily $80,000, if not more, depending upon what level you want to go. But I would say for $80,000, you can definitely get it to look somewhere similar to that, and you'd have a value right around $365. Again, you don't have to do any of the work. It all gets done by a contractor. You can obviously help offset that by doing some of the stuff like painting and things like that. Or you can do, like we said, over in this particular one, where you're doing more or less a basic improvement, where you're not going as crazy as that one, but you're still creating, a substantial amount of wealth as a result. So in this particular one, let me pull this down here. Again, it sold for $280, and I would say to get this to look like that house, you could, it's probably going to give you a budget like $35,000, $40,000 to do something like that, where you're updating the kitchens, redoing the hardwood floors, stuff like that, and you would definitely create a return of right around $75,000 for something like that. So again, proof that it's very possible. In both scenarios, in this the basic scenario, you're going to need around $7,000. If you went the more upgraded version, you're going to need right around, not much more, by the way, right around $9,000. So $2,000 more, but you're creating $115,000 return versus $75,000. So like I said, the larger the project, the larger initial investment, but the larger the return. All right. So give me a call if you're interested in something like this. All my contact information should either be somewhere on this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.